What successful strategies are you aware of to overcome that impatience that you described while we're implementing major transitions in school districts?
I was just going to about blurt out as soon as you said, is that there are no strategies that I know of. But I should point out, I gave you an example of Mapleton. It's a small district. I could go on and talk about Tom Payzant in Boston, who the mayor, Tom Menino, appointed him twice. He served a decade. Laura Schmalm in Garden Grove, California. Carl Cohen in Long Beach, California. They were not mayors. They were responsive to a school board. All of those names that I've given you served over 10 years. Pat Forgione in Austin served over 10 years. That is what you need, that you have boards who have confidence in their superintendents, mayors who have confidence in their superintendent, who are willing to take the lumps that inevitably come politically, because the reform is a road filled with potholes, and there are going to be inevitable bumps. I talked about dilemmas. And there are folks that can exercise that patience. And serving a decade is eternity for superintendents. It's eternity. So it does happen. A strategy, I don't have that kind of strategy, other than to keep telling people, look at the past. What's going on? What's happened in your district before? Every district has had long-term superintendents and school boards or mayors appointing them. So looking at those examples become very important. Now, I'm trained as a historian, so I tend to be biased toward knowing the past. But then again, that's what each of us have a memory for. We like to remember, we have to learn from our own mistakes, so memory is like history, from my point of view. Right?
Hi, Dr. Cuban.
Hi.
As a longtime college professor, could you comment on the breadth of the integration of technology in the college setting?
Yes.
Our faculty, where I am an administrator, are saying we never have enough. Can you briefly tell me what is enough?
That has not been my experience. But then again, I've been at a certain kind of university and institution, and it may not be your experience. You're saying that faculty say we never have enough technology? That's not what the faculty at Stanford ever said to me when I studied Stanford and wrote about it. No. And national surveys of faculty tend to be very positive toward the use of technology. But when it comes to putting it into their classrooms and using it instructionally, when I go around, when I have I still teach at Stanford. I taught last winter quarter, and when I go around the classes, I see a lot of PowerPoint. Now, PowerPoint to me is an illustrated lecture. Some of them are really terrific. I see a lot of interactive whiteboards when I go around, and that seems to be reinforcing of the kind of pattern of teaching. If you are in an institution that is a research institution, the chances are a lot of faculty use computers constantly at home for their research, for preparing materials for their lessons, for their lectures. It's not an issue. But the university rewards tenure and promotion on the basis of research. How many articles have been published in peer-reviewed journals? How many books have been written? That's a payoff, not how well you teach or how the student evaluations, although sometimes that plays a part. So I haven't run into that kind of a situation where faculty are begging for more technology. In fact, if I ran into one faculty member, I'll say, what is it you want? And give it to them. And then say, are you going to use it for your instruction? Chances are the answer might be no.
Hi, my name is Alice, and I just want to make a comment to see if you agree with it. Me and my brother was having a discussion about whether we want to put my nephew in Cleveland Public Schools, which I graduated from. And we was discussing one of the reasons why we thought that the children was lacking in academics. And we both came to an agreement that because early on in their education that English classes and maths was not made more important than the other curriculums. Not that the other curriculums wasn't as important, but we thought that there should be more time in the English and math classes. Not properly knowing English down the line would become a problem, because how would you read a science book if you don't know English? And obviously, you need your math. It's still a part of science, you know. So I just wanted your thought on that, or what did you think about English and math starting to be, it should be more important than other curriculums, not excluding them, though?
It's a nice question. It's not a comment, rather. Is that yes, English and math are important, but I think that history is important. I think the larger humanities are important. The issue is all the subjects together, and it's not only the subject; it's who the teachers are. So yes, those subjects are important, but they're not the only subjects. I mean, taxpayers put up money for public schools for over a century and a half, almost 2 centuries now. And the law in virtually in every state of the union says you have to go to school to between the ages of whatever it is, 5 and 16, okay? So that means that there has to be something happening in school that's important for civic engagement, to be a human being, to be prepared for the workforce. So it's more than math and English. There are lots of other things. So the comment that I would make on your comment is that what else is going on in the school? If English and math teachers, if it's a secondary school, are weak, then you should be talking with the principal, or you should raise that point in a way that you can, that you need more. It's the teachers that become absolutely crucial. So if you talk about English and math, you're really talking about that they have weak teachers. And
that's a good answer. Thank you very much. Today at the City Club of Cleveland, we have been listening to Larry Cuban, Professor Emeritus of Education at Stanford University. Thank you, Professor Cuban. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This forum is now adjourned.
For information on upcoming speakers or for podcasts of the City Club, go to cityclub.org.